Welcome to Darknet Films Reviews and another action movie night. Tonight, I will be reviewing King Kong, released in 1976. Directed by John Guillermin from a script by Lorenzo Fimple Jr., starring Jeff Bridges, Charles Grodin, Jessica Lange, Rene Auberjonois, John Randolph, Ed Lauter, Jack O'Halloran, Julius Harris, and Rick Baker. Now this is the remake to the 1933 King Kong. And this one, it didn't go stop motion like the original, and they actually had a guy in a suit, which could have been horrible. This could have been totally bad and did not work at all. But thankfully, John Guillermin was the director, and he had an excellent effects crew, including Rick Baker and Carlo Rambaldi, doing the effects for the costume for the creature. And not only that, but Rick Baker himself was in the suit through most of this film, playing King Kong in this. And he was excellent throughout this thing as the big ape. I mean, he is just awesome in here. He just makes you feel for him, the way he does his eyes and everything, which he wore contacts to try and make himself look more ape-like in his eyes. And excellent job by Rick Baker here, both in the effects and in his overall performance as the big ape. And then you have the human characters in this who are excellent. I mean, Jeff Bridges is Jack Prescott, and he is a kick-ass, fun hero. I think this is probably one of my favorite Jeff Bridges roles in any film. I mean, he is just totally cool in this as this character. Totally likable, totally relatable, and just a totally cool dude. So yeah, I really like him in his role. And Jessica Lange is the love interest of Dwayne. What a weird-ass name for a girl. They came up with that name because her name was originally Dawn, but they flipped the letters on her name to come up with something unique. And sure, it's unique, but it's kind of weird too. But Jessica Lange is the great replacement to Fay Wray in here, and she gives just as good a performance in this as Fay Wray did in the original. She is just so great. And the moments with her and Kong, she just makes you love her, and in her performance, she makes you love Kong and feel for him as well. This is the most where you actually feel sympathy for your monster in a film as any film that I've ever seen. I mean, this is so well done. And then you have Charles Grodin as Fred S. Wilson. Now, thankfully, they did not have him playing Carl Denham, the character from the 33 version, and they had him playing somebody else. And this guy is a complete douchebag throughout the whole movie, and hence the reason why they ended up writing a segment later on in this film where Kong finally gets to stomp his ass into the ground and kill his ass. And I don't think anywhere where anyone was watching this film, they did not erupt into applause for that scene. Excellently done there. I mean, he really does a good job making you hate this character. He is very unlikable. The rest of the cast around all these people are excellent. You have Rene Auberjonois, and he does an excellent job. As always, he was always good in these roles. John Randolph, Ed Lauter, Jack O'Halloran, Julius Harris, Dennis Fimple, they are all really great actors, so when they are playing these supporting characters around our leads and everything, we actually get behind them and we actually enjoy them as characters, especially Ed Lauter, because Ed Lauter in this is playing such a cool character and such a likable character that, it's unusual for him to do that. I think there's only one other film where he was really, really likable like this, doing that, and well, there were a couple, but I mean, one that comes to mind is, of course, Death Wish 3. Now, you may not like the movie. The movie may not be the most beloved of all Death Wishes, but it did give Ed Lauter a chance to play a very likable character. And in this, he is a pretty cool character. He's kind of like Jeff Bridges in a way, just not quite as cool as Jeff Bridges' character. But the whole finale with Kong escaping after being captured and brought to New York and everything, and then going and climbing the World Trade Center, which has different meaning now because the World Trade Center is no more. But with that sequence, it was iconic at the time, him leaping from one side of the World Trade Center to the other as he's being shot at by these planes and helicopters and smashing them and knocking them down, and you are just totally on the side of the big ape in here. Excellent finale to this film. John Guillermin does an excellent job directing this, and he makes his so-called villain highly likable in here. So, my final review for King Kong from 1976. I am going to give this film a 10 out of 10. I think this is the best adaptation of the King Kong story that was ever put on film, and I may be in the minority on that, saying that, but that's how I feel. What do you guys think of King Kong? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Let me know in those comments down below, but please be respectful in your comments. And if you enjoyed this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell icon so you can be notified about future videos just like this one. And while you're by the subscribe button, click that join button and become a Dark Knight fan. As a Dark Knight Fan Plus member, you have access to an area on the channel right now where you can request a movie, TV series, or ranking video of your choosing. And when that video goes up, it will go up for all Plus members prior to it going up on the channel for all other subscribers. So if you want to get interactive and help me to get more movies, TV series, or ranking videos on this channel that I might not normally cover, become a Plus member. Well, that's it for another action movie night. If you missed last week's action movie night, check out the link above to get caught up on that one. And if you've missed any other videos, check out this down here where you can watch a playlist of any of our action movie nights that you have missed.